Most people believe burnout happens because they're doing too much. Too many clients, too many meetings, too much responsibility. Sometimes that's true. But have you ever met someone who works incredibly hard and feels deeply alive? And someone else who works half as much and feels completely exhausted? If workload alone caused burnout, those two people shouldn't exist. So something else must be happening. Burnout isn't simply what you're doing. It's about who or what is driving you to do it. My name is Dr. Oscar Perez. For years, I've worked with therapists, entrepreneurs, founders, coaches, and visionaries who looked incredibly successful from the outside, yet privately felt exhausted, disconnected, and strangely empty. Most had already done years of therapy, somatic work, breath work, mindset coaching, leadership training. Many had improved, but almost all of them still described the same invisible experience. It's like something inside me is always demanding more. That observation led me back to one of the central teachings of my book, The Flowering War. The battle isn't against the world. The battle is against the internal forces that have convinced you to abandon your own nature. In this video, I'll show you 5 ways the predators of the mind quietly manufacture burnout, why black sheep are especially susceptible to them, and the first practice I teach inside the soul recovery system to begin reclaiming your own authority. The predators don't sound evil. They sound responsible. Most people imagine destructive thoughts sounding cruel, and sometimes they do, but more often they sound incredibly reasonable. You should work a little harder. You can't let people down. You can rest later. Don't be selfish. You're capable of more. None of those thoughts sound dangerous until they've been repeated for 20 years. The predator rarely attacks you. It recruits you. The highest performing people I work with almost never struggle because they lack discipline. They struggle because they have far too much of it. Their exhaustion isn't caused by laziness. It's caused by unquestioningly obeying an inner authority that never stops demanding. Imagine a rider on horseback. The horse trusts the rider completely. Wherever the rider points, the horse goes. But what if the rider has no idea where they're going? The horse eventually collapses. Your body is the horse. The predators are the unconscious rider. Burnout isn't the horse failing. It's following the wrong rider. Ask yourself, who benefits from the pace I've been living? My deepest nature? Or the voice that constantly tells me that I haven't done enough? But those voices didn't begin with you. The predators learn to speak with your family's voice first. See, the predators of the mind are opportunists. They borrow whatever language your family, culture, religion, school, or profession used to shape you. Eventually, those voices become internal, and because you've heard them your whole life, they feel like your own thoughts. But not every thought in your mind belongs to you. Many black sheep tell me that they left their hometown years ago, yet they still feel like they're trying to earn approval from people they barely speak to anymore. The external voices disappeared, but the internal ones remained. It's like moving out of a house that still echoes inside of you. The walls are gone, but the voices still live there. Begin noticing which thoughts create contraction rather than expansion. Notice it in your own body. See, nature expands, but the predators, they cause you to constrict. Which brings us to the biggest misunderstanding about burnout. Burnout is life force going to war against itself. Your body isn't trying to punish you. It's actually trying to protect you. Burnout happens when enormous life force gets redirected towards fighting an internal battle. Imagine driving with one foot on the accelerator and one on the brake. Eventually, something overheats. So burnout isn't just low energy. It's trapped energy. That's why high-capacity visionaries often burn out the hardest. They possess extraordinary energy. They're simply spending it fighting themselves. A river never becomes exhausted because it's always flowing. It becomes stagnant when something blocks its movement. The same is true of your life force. Instead of asking, how do I get more energy? Ask, where is my energy fighting? And this is where nature becomes your greatest teacher. If this way of understanding burnout is already changing how you see yourself, subscribe to this channel. Every week I share teachings from the Flowering War and from the Soul Recovery System that help Black sheep turn visionaries and entrepreneurs and healers reclaim their medicine, reconnect with nature, and lead from a place of wholeness instead of exhaustion. And if you're ready to go deeper, there's a free Soul Recovery Masterclass linked in the description. Nature has no predators of the mind. Walk through an old-growth forest, watch wolves, observe migrating birds, notice rivers. None of them spend their lives trying to prove that they deserve to exist. Nature expresses its purpose without apology. Human beings are unique because we can become psychologically separated from our own nature. The predators of the mind, they thrive inside of that separation. Nature doesn't teach hustle. Nature teaches right relationship. The people who recover most deeply aren't those who become more productive. They're the ones who begin living in rhythm with reality, instead of constantly fighting it. An oak tree never compares itself to a pine. Its strength comes from fully becoming what it already is. Spend 10 quiet minutes outside today, not listening to a podcast, not scrolling, simply noticing what in nature exists without self-rejection. So, how do we stop feeding these predators? First of all, awareness will starve these predators. The predators don't disappear because you argue with them. They weaken because you stop believing that they're you. Every moment of awareness returns authority back to your authentic self. You don't defeat the predators. You learn to stop feeding them. This is why the first stages of the Soul Recovery System aren't about becoming someone new. They're about recognizing what has never actually belonged to you. Clouds can cover the sun, but they never become the sun. The predators can obscure your nature, but they can never replace it. So here's a practice for you to help you with this tonight. Tonight, before going to bed, take a journal outside if you can. Sit where you can hear the wind, the insects, the birds, or simply the silence. Write down every sentence your mind repeats about what you should be doing. Don't edit them. Don't analyze them. Just write. Then ask one question beside each one. Whose voice is this? Not, is it true? Not, how do I fix it? Simply, whose voice is this? You may discover that many of the thoughts driving your life don't actually belong to the deepest part of you. That moment of recognition is the opening move in what the Toltecs called the Flowering War. Not a war against yourself, but a war to reclaim yourself. The greatest deception, the predators of the mind, is convincing you that they are your identity. They're not. Beneath every voice demanding that you prove yourself, carry everyone, work harder, or earn your worth, there's something older, something quieter, something that has never forgotten who you are. And that is your true nature. It's your medicine. It's your original relationship with life itself. The work isn't becoming someone new. It's remembering the one the predators taught you to abandon. If this resonated with you, subscribe and share this video with someone who's always felt like the black sheep, the one carrying more than they can explain. And if you're ready to begin reclaiming your life from the inside out, watch the free Soul Recovery Masterclass link below. There, I'll show you why burnout is only the symptom, how ancestral patterns and the predators of the mind shape the lives of those black sheep visionaries, and the first steps towards becoming the self-led leader that nature has been preparing you to become.